Hi, I'm Paul Shark here. Thanks for tuning in to Heart of Gold. We've got the VIPS group with Terry DeLuca, who works at VIPS.
Thank you, Paul, for having us.
Angela, Chris, and the VIP is Clay. Hello, Clay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Paul.
Tell me what you love.
I love VIPS.
I think a lot of people love VIPS. Terry, you're fairly new to VIPS. For the people that don't know what VIPS is and what it stands for, tell the people what VIPS is all about.
VIPS is Visually Impaired Preschool Services. We have been in existence for 30 years, Paul. We are celebrating our 30th year this year. So we started in 1985. And what we do is provide services to families such as Clay and his mom and dad so that we can prepare Clay to be better in the school systems and be mainstreamed for children with visual impairments.
At what age do people enter VIPS? Is it Clay's age and younger or older?
Birth to 5. And some of them do not enter until they are 1 to 2. It's when they are diagnosed.
And once they come in, what's different at VIPS that a normal school, regular school, mainstream school can't offer?
It's the testing. It's what we can do with the child, the mobility, the equipment that we use that the schools would not provide for the child, that we can. We work very closely with the Kentucky School of the Blind. We work very closely with the Division of Blind out of the state. So we all work together in collaboration so we can provide these services for the children. Because we want them to get the best foundation that they can so they can become just like a regular student.
A functioning student, sure.
Typically, children with a visual impairment, Paul, also have other disabilities. So we need to deal with those too. It's just not visual. Well, Clay, are we boring you?
You've got 2 princesses over here that are being really well behaved. The rest of the Derringer family is right here. Was Clay your first child with visual issues?
Our daughter Ashlyn also has mild visual impairment. She's farsighted, but it doesn't impair her the way that Clay's diagnosis does impair him.
So what did you find out in Clay? What did you see in him, and how early? And then when you discovered that, how did that feel as parents?
Clay has an unusual diagnosis. It's a genetic disorder called blue cone monochromatism. Not many people have this disorder. It affects only his vision. He got diagnosed with we had a probable diagnosis when he was about 4 months of age. We knew that that was probably what it was because of our family history. My father has this visual condition as well. That said, it never dawned on us that one of our children would have this degree of visual impairment. So it was a bit shocking when he was just a small infant with such a big diagnosis.
And it may be rare, but for parents that are watching, what did you notice or see, or how did they test Clay that it was discovered that early?
He had something called nystagmus. It's when your eyes rove back and forth very quickly, and it's somewhat unusual. It really showed up at 4 months of age, and when we took him for his regular doctor visit, we talked about that, and we saw an ophthalmologist quickly after that. Now, he did have a specialized test called an electroretinogram. It's kind of like an EKG of your heart, but it's of your retina, and it allows them to look at the cells in your retina, and that helped confirm his diagnosis.
And I know as a parent, we want children to be whatever that is. And when something happens, it can be kind of deflating a little bit, like, oh, now what do we do? And as a dad, when you heard the news and what has happened at VIPS, how have you worked through this?
You know, as a father, and as a mother, you love your kids no matter what, obviously. And like you said, you have certain expectations for your children, and then you get something else. And you go through a lot of changes in your mind, I guess, regarding how you perceive your child, but you love them no less.
Sure.
You just try to find a way to help them accommodate to their surroundings as best they can. And that's where VIPS has really come in to help us, because in many ways, you try to do your best to help your child, and then you have to reach out to other people. And there are other services out there that are, you know, like V.I.P.S that can come alongside and help you along, encourage you, and show you different resources and opportunities that are available to children like Clay to help him adapt to his surroundings and to be better prepared.
Is V.I.P.S prepared to work with kids and the parents on how to manage different situations?
Absolutely. We have programs in the homes for the families. We have programs outside of the homes. We have activities once a quarter where the families can get together, where we take the children and do activities with the children, but then the families can get together and talk amongst each other. Because a lot of times they may only have one child, they may have 2 children, they may have 3 children. They need someone to talk to discuss what's going on in their lives with their child that they've never been able to talk to someone before, Paul. And if it's their only child, they're really scared about the unknown, about the unknown world that they're getting ready to go into, especially if they're getting ready to prepare their child for school. How are the other children going to react to my child? We have a child that started school this week, and she has many disabilities. And her father wrote a letter to the class on her behalf because she cannot talk and said, "Hi, my name is, please treat me like you would any other child. Although I cannot see like you can, although I cannot speak like you can, I'm just like you. I can smile like you can. I'm friendly like you are. So please treat me just like you would treat anyone else. I want to be your friend." So he spoke on her behalf, and it was just a tearjerker.
Sure.
So families want to talk amongst families. So that's why we bring them together, and it's so much fun.
Angela and Chris, since Clay's been at V.I.P.S, what is his day like? Is he there all the time or part of the day, or how does that work?
Well, he just started preschool actually this week.
Okay.
And he is doing it at the UK Early Childhood Learning Lab, which is in the same building as V.I.P.S, which is great. It's literally his classroom's just a few steps away, and he is there all day. So he comes home exhausted, but he's having a great time.
Good.
It's really helpful. His V.I.P.S teacher, Miss Dixie Miller, is able to come down and work with him in his preschool class. We have equipment that V.I.P.S has allowed his preschool teacher to use to help him. So that has been really a wonderful thing.
What's your expectation for Clay? Is it going to be a visual condition he's going to possess the rest of his life? Can he manage it? How is it going to manifest itself?
Well, he will have this condition his entire life. It won't ever get better, but it won't ever get worse, which is a blessing. And it will be something that he will just have to learn to deal with. Thankfully, I've seen my father with the same impairment, and I've watched him be successful in life, and that's been helpful for us. We don't know if Clay will ever be able to drive a vehicle. That's one thing that will really impair him as an adult. But you know, we took him to the Cleveland Clinic to see an ophthalmologist, and I raised that concern, and he said to me, "You know, Angela, cars are driving themselves these days.
Yes.
You don't worry about 15 years from now."
And no driving tickets.
That's right, absolutely.
So you know, we just take it one day at a time, and we're grateful that Clay is healthy.
Right. They may not be 100%, but the 95 that they are, you love it and embrace them for what they are. Terry, on the fundraising and volunteer side for V.I.P.S, anything coming up that people can help with and be involved with?
Yes, we have a big fundraiser coming up October 3rd, and it's the Midwest Mayhem car show, and it will be at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. People come out. I mean, I cannot believe how many people love bringing their old antique cars, their refurbished cars. There'll be prizes giving like every hour, and then at the end, the award ceremonies will be given to the best cars, the most unique cars. And so it goes from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And what's the date again?
October 3rd at Whitaker Bank Ballpark.
And what's the website and phone number people can go to get more information?
They can go to www.vips.org, or they can go to the Mayhem website that's on the screen as well. Either one that came up.
And anything else coming up for VIPS that people can be tuned in with?
Anytime they want to volunteer, give us a call at the number 859-276-0335. We love having volunteers at all times.
And part of this program is getting volunteers, fundraising, letting people know that families receive great services. And for people watching that may have children going through something, that you can make it, you're going to be okay, the child will be okay, and we all get through this together. So here we are.
We are.
Anything else about the fundraising? Because that sounds like a fantastic event.
It's going to be a great opportunity. And
are you inviting people that have cars, or do they need to go to the website and
they go to the website and register their car?
Okay.
It's only $5 to get in to this event, and all day. And you can come and look at the cars. You can leave. You can eat there. You can go to Keeneland that day. They're going to have shuttle services to and from the ballpark. Come back, stay for the ceremonies, then go after the ceremonies, then go to the football game. So it's going to be an all-day event. But this is great. I mean, these car people get into this, and then we'll have people like the Derringers out there, and Clay, he may be sitting on a car showing those, won't you, Clay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll be saying what to the people? You love what?
I love
He loves VIPS. Clay, and this, on behalf of this fundraising, Paul, it'll be able for us to afford the equipment we need for Clay to read better. One of the machines that he uses during his preschool, it allows him to put a book underneath the lights to make the words bigger, to make the pictures brighter. So he can actually look at and he is doing so well in school as a 3-year-old. It's amazing.
And in the last minute or so they've got this great equipment at VIPS. When Clay gets home, is he able to continue that same reading capability without the equipment? How does that work at home?
Well, he just turned 3, so we're just starting to work on those things. He has some special magnifiers at home that we're using. He has a monocular. We will likely purchase some more equipment as he progresses in school.
Well, this is a great snapshot of what VIPS does with a typical family, plus 2 little angels running around over there. And, you know, to have a child going through something, you're right, we love them whatever condition they're in, and they're beautiful kids.
I would just also like to say, if there are families out there who may be experiencing a child and they don't know where to turn to, please call us if they have questions, or if they need additional information. We can give them the Derringers' number or email, and they are such a great resource. And we have also a family service coordinator that can certainly help.
Terry, you do a great job at VIPS. Thank you for bringing in another great family. Angela, Chris, Clay, tell us again to close the program. What do you love?
I love.
We all do. We all do. And we love you. We'll be right back. I'm Paul Chartier.